Go ahead to the next topic of your chapter, factors affecting the location of industries. Now, industries are set up where some of these factors are easily available. Now, there are various factors. There are raw materials. Now, whenever a factory has to be set up, the raw materials should be close by. There should be power. They should get labor. They have to invest money, capital. They should have market, water, transport facilities. So, depending on these factors, factories are set up. And sometimes the government also provides initiatives like subsidized power, lower transport costs, and other infrastructure facilities for setting up factories, especially in the backward areas. Children, moving ahead to the next topic is the industrial system. As we have learned in the farm system, there are inputs, processes, and outputs. Similarly, if we take up that cotton textile mill, let's see what are the inputs. There will be raw material, labor, land, transport, power, and infrastructure. And the processes for the cotton textile will be ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, printing, and the output will be the shirt or any kind of dress. Children, let's look at the industrial regions of the world. All that is marked in black is the industrial industry set up all over the world, and you can see if you observe carefully where are these industrial regions generally tend to be located. They tend to be located in the temperate areas. Why in the temperate areas? Because the temperature, the climate there is neither too cold nor too very hot. So it's very conducive for people to work there, and they are normally near seaports. You can see all of them have a seaport. And in those days, earlier days when industries were set up, they were especially near coal fields, which provided them the power supply. Children, let us look into some of the industrial disasters that have taken place. And what is industrial disaster? In industries, accidents and disasters mainly occur due to two things: technical failure or irresponsible handling of hazardous material. For example, we have the horrible incident that took place in India, that is the Gopal gas tragedy, which happened on 3rd December 1984 around early morning, and it was a technological accident in which a poisonous gas called methyl isoniate along with hydrogen cyanide and other reaction products leaked out of the pesticide factory of the Union Carbide. In this accident, thousands of people were infected, many died, and this case has been carried on for many years, and people have hardly got any compensation. It was actually earlier they had seen that there was leakage in the pipes, but no maintenance was done, and this resulted in such a horrific incident. What ways can we reduce this industrial accidents? And let us see some of the measures that we can take. One is that remove the densely populated areas should be separate from the industrial areas. The industries should be far away from the city, and people living in the vicinity should be aware of the storage of toxins and hazardous substances that may have a possible effect if an accident occurs. Fire warning and fighting system should be improved. Storage capacity of toxin substances should be limited. They should not store. And pollution dispersion qualities of the industry should be improved. You see how they are polluting the air. That also needs to be improved. So by this we can reduce industrial accidents taking place.